First Corinthians 6:19. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, which is in you, which ye have of the Most High, and ye are not your own, for ye are bought with a price. Therefore glorify the Most High in your body and in your spirit, which are the Most High's. Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushua, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushua, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushua. And give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to you, Joachim, who out there constantly pushing out this word in sincerity and in truth. And Lord will, this video is edifying to the elect. Just going in today, man, on, that saying where it say you are what you eat, and that's true. And it's not just talking about not just the physical, like the physical of what you actually eat, but also spiritually, because we got 5 main senses. It's more than that, but the 5 main ones, your vision or your sight, your hearing, your taste, your smell, your touch, and through those, that's how we basically that's the way that we can eat, because through your sight is from what you actually seeing. Through your hearing, like that scripture that say faith come by hearing, and then what you taste, it's how things taste that you're able to actually see. Like, man, like that, like people say, man, that gave me a bad taste in my mouth, and then what you smell, your smell is the sense that, either bitter or sweet, and then, your touch, your feel. So, just getting into that, let me get this one is Galatians. Let's see. Galatians chapter 6. Galatians chapter 6. And I'm going to start it. Verse 7. Let's see. Verse 7. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. So man, that's what you put into those senses is what's gonna come out of you, So if you through your vision, through what you watching, if you watching that, it's like how it says here. It says, be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked, for whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. So if you sow into what you visually watching and seeing, if that's what you constantly putting in you, that's what's going to come out of you. If that's what you hearing on a constant basis, if that's why it's so important to, to edify yourself through these videos that Akim are putting out, from the apostles and the elders on down. So that's very important. That's why it's so important to go out into the highways and byways when you're a new believer coming into this truth, to actually get out there and to be in the elements. Because when you're in the elements, you getting all these senses, your sight, your hearing, your taste, your smell, your touch, you getting the whole. You can't get that when you behind, when you behind the keyboard, sort of say, or on your phone. You can't get the sense of being out there in the elements. And that's getting in the trenches with the Akim. How the brothers gonna know that you got that heart, that you really about this, you really about that life, if you're not actually, coming and getting involved. Now some, there are some that are just out for being helps, but if it's put on your spirit to, to just teach this truth, because ultimately that's what it comes down to, for you to actually be a teacher, for you to, give what you've been given. So let me keep going. Verse 8 says, for he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. So man, if you sow into your flesh, man, it's nothing good gonna come out of that. Nothing good come out of sowing to the flesh, whatever that may be. It could be where the way that you're eating, you sow into your flesh, just putting in you whatever it may be, all kind of fast junk crap. You know, you could be watching porn. You could be into that, you know, doing that on a consistent basis. You know, that's taking up your time, you know, or just watching too many damn, you on Netflix, binging or listening to music consistently all the damn time and not taking time to, you know, put back in you the good, you know, because we so surrounded by so much BS around here that you have to balance yourself out. It's balanced, yeah. So you gotta pour in that good though too. You gotta fill yourself up with that water, with that living water. Let me keep going. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking to get that life everlasting. We not looking to pass away here, you know, in Babylon and so-called America. You know, we're not looking to pass away here. We want to reap everlasting life here, man. But the way that you do that is by sowing in yourself those spiritual things. Like it says, he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting. So you gotta sow into your spirit, man. You gotta listen to the word. You can listen to it too, you know. A lot of times brothers don't have time where you actually can sit down and read, but you should make time to read because it's just something about disciplining yourself to sit down and read. But you know, they got the audio where you can listen to the Bible on audio. The James Earl Jones, you know, that's a good one. You know, the Bible, the James Earl Jones Bible, it's you know, it's a good one. Let me get to this next one. It's Matthew chapter 5. Salakia, Matthew chapter 4. And I'm gonna start at verse 1. It said, then was Yahushua led up, because this is just a parable. It's talking about, well, it's gonna tell it. Again, Matthew chapter 4 and verse 1. Then was Yahushua led up to the spirit and to the wilderness, and that Yahushua, it says Jesus in the scripture, but we know that his real name is Yahushua, and the Father's name is Yahweh, who people ignorantly call God. It says, then was Yahushua led up to the spirit and to the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungered. So, you know, he took 40 days off fasting. Shoot, he was going to be, man, so hungry. We go a day, you know, 2 days. Some brothers go more, you know. Verse 2, and when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungered. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of the Most High, command that these stones be made bread. And that's, you know, so that's the way that, you know, we always tempted. So this is like a double-edged sword, you know, talking about eating physically, but then also it's spiritually. Watch, it's going to get there though. Watch. Verse 4, but he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High. So we knowing that, man, say man would not live by bread alone. You can't just live by bread alone. You can't just be living off what you putting in your body for your flesh. Because we know what? In this flesh dwelleth no good thing, man. This flesh is wicked, man. And the more that you sow into this flesh, the more, you know, wicked it is. That's why you take time to fast, man. That's why it is so good for your spirit to fast, because you putting that body under and letting your spirit take reign of your whole body, you know, taking reign, meaning like, you know, control. Like you got a horse, you riding a horse, what you got reins in his mouth, you know, so you can have full control. That's what fasting does. It makes you have that control. All right. Let me read chapter 4 again. It says, verse 4, Matthew 4 and verse 4. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High. Very important, man, that we live by the words that he speaks. Let me get this next one. Daniel's chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse 12. Prove thy servant, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink. This is just going in on on the servants who they basically they didn't eat for they didn't eat. It's gonna say it. Let me just keep reading. Prove thy servants, I beseech thee, because it would be good if you read before this, but I'm just gonna get straight to the point. It says, prove thy servants, I beseech thee 10 days, and let them give us pulse to eat. That pulse is just talking about, like vegetables, fruits and vegetables, pulse to eat, and water to drink. Then let our countenances be looked upon before thee, and the countenance of the children that eat of the portion of the king's meat, and as thou seest, deal with thy servants. So he consented to them in this matter, and proving them 10 days. And at the end of 10 days, their countenance appeared fair and fatter in flesh, and all the children which did eat the portion of the king's meat. So it just showed after 10 days, they were just basically having a comparison, basically saying, one group, they're eating for 10 days. One is just eating fruits and vegetables, and water. And the other ones, they just eating regular, how they usually eat meat, wine, so let me see. Verse 15, and at the end of 10 days, their countenance appeared fair and fatter in the flesh, and all the children which did eat the portion of the king's meat. So, that just showing how after them 10 days of them, and I'm not saying you got to be no vegetarian, we got fangs in our mouth for a reason, if some brothers do, are just straight vegetarians, hey, more power to you, but it's not like you going off. It's not wicked if you eat meat, but it does show how, it's beneficial when you putting those fruits and vegetables and grains in you, man. It's very important. But a lot of times, especially in the society we're in now, we take in more meat than we do vegetables and fruits and grains. So it's just got to be a balance. This is Matthew 6:22, and I'm gonna close it out. This is Matthew 6:22, and it reads, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. So again, man, just going in about the senses, because again, like I was saying in the beginning, we are what we eat. Even if that's through your eyes, because that's what it say, the eye is the gateway. Paraphrasing, I believe it says, like your eye is the gateway to like your soul. It said the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is thy darkness? So, it's so important to what we feeding ourselves, spiritually, through all of our senses. It's so important to take in the good as much as we can, at least. We know we in Babylon, we got all these damn chemtrails that's raining in on us. Our water is all contaminated, You take time, man. You could do some things though, to do the best you can. You can get they got those filters. They're like 20. They're pretty cheap. They're fairly cheap. You could put on your showers, because everybody, taking them showers, you getting all that damn chemicals going on your skin, making you all dry. It's good to get those. They got those filters. They're real easy to install. Put on your shower heads. It helps because we constantly pushing that into our body. And then the water we drinking, it's kind of like, we doing the best we can in Babylon, man. Doing the best we can. Let me keep going. Verse 24 said, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve the Most High and Mammon. You can't serve two gods, here on this earth, man. It's either going to be one or the other. Like the scripture that talk about, you can't be hot or cold. If you either hot or cold, he going to, spew you out, vomit you up, throw you up. So, when we got to watch what we eating, man. We got to watch what we eating physically and spiritually. So, it's very important to, this is just my humble suggestion. I would just stick with GMS, majority of the time, you ain't gonna go wrong. You know, starting with the apostles on down. You know, just keep it real simple. Like the apostle Gabor, he always says that, man, keep it simple, man. And that's what these scriptures are. And that's what this truth is about. That's what I'm seeing so far, you know. That just keep it real simple. Don't try to don't confuse it. Don't make it too difficult, because it's not a difficult thing. It's not a difficult. This truth is not difficult. It's straightforward. So, you know, Lord will, this was edifying to the elect. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, Ba'Shem Rakah Kudash, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, salutations to Joachim, who out there constantly pushing out this word in sincerity and in truth. And Lord will, this was edifying to the elect. Shalom.